Next into the tank is the front master cylinder. Let's get started, shall we? We're going to tackle the hard part first, which is inserting the piston and the spring and all of that good stuff. Let's tear open the all balls pack and see what we got. Got us a new spring, a couple seals, another seal, another boot seal here for the top, Circlip, and some new crush washers, which we won't be needing because we have a brand new banjo bolt with brand new crush washers already on it, so we can set these aside. Let's slide all this out of the way here. And tear open these packs, shall we? Okay, so when doing this, you want to make sure you get these seals going the right direction. So this will be out. This goes in. So you want to make sure that your seals push fluid where they need to push fluid, and pull. When you pull out, you don't want them dragging fluid with. So you want them to, on the in stroke, push fluid, and on the out stroke, you want them to not. You want them to come back without grabbing any fluid. So this will go out this direction, and same with this one. This goes here, and this one will face this direction. So let's get to assembly. Put a little brake fluid on them. Helps to keep them lubed up so you can slide things on easy. Also, one of them has a bigger hole than the other ones, and as you can see by this piston, that this is smaller diameter, smaller circumference than this. So the smaller one will go on this end. So let's just see if we can't get that on there. Without rolling it over. There we are. So when it pushes in, it will push the fluid. And when it comes back out, it won't push any fluid. It will pull out freely. This one's going to be a little more of a chore. So what I like to do is, of course, let's get it, still got some on our hands here. Let's get it a little bit more. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I lost mine. There it is. So the way we do this is we need to make sure that we get this seal onto that slot right there. So let's put the pick through and see if we can't walk it along on there with the pick. Okay, so we got it across the first slot. Now we got this still going. Let's see if we can't walk that thing along. There we go. Now we got it moving along. Now, see if we can't walk it over the top of the other this larger just like so. So now they're both facing out this direction so they can push the fluid when we push the piston in. Now we're going right in there. And the way this works is we can, the spring clips right on there. Let's lube this up. Now we face this in here, and what you want to do is get this first seal started and kind of walk it along so that we don't flip the seal over, and get that one going as well. And make sure that it works freely, which it does. And now we're going to have to get that Circlip on there. So let's get us a rag. What I like to do is put a rag down so that you don't have, so that it doesn't slide as much. And what we're going to do is we put it on the Circlip. Let's get the Circlip up. So this Circlip, we're going to get it started with our Circlip pliers here. We got the long one so that we can fit in the bore there. So let's just get it started, and then we want to plunge this and drop the clip. I think we're missing something. Are we missing something? Maybe not. And while we're down here and we have it in there, let's grab our, make sure that everything clipped all right. I think we clipped right on in there. So there we have our Circlip right on in there, and that went smooth. Inspect it, make sure. I think everything looks beautiful. Now let's get our boot on there. So I like to make sure that I put some dielectric grease inside of here so that it keeps it preserved and doesn't crack and dry out and stuff like that. So just get that all over inside of there. And then we can put this boot in there. And there we go. One boot. Where it belongs. Next, let's put on, this is our sensor for our switch for brake lights. Brake lights on, brake lights off, brake lights on, brake lights off, brake lights on, brake lights off. Alright, so let's assemble this. This goes on the bottom. You can see now that the hole right here will line up right into this hole right here, and then this little slot right here, it will fit on directly like so. And before we do any of that though, so let's put just a tiny bit of dielectric grease on the bottom of here, and a little bit in there, and a little bit around the outside of this little hole right here, so in case we ever want to get this back off again, it won't be seized on there. And alright, one more trick I like to do is get a little bit of Permatex anti-seize lubricant and lubricate up the screw so that it doesn't seize in there, and we'll be able to get that out someday if we ever need to. This stuff comes in big old goops. We don't need a ton of it. We're going to try to get this just a little bit on there. We just need a little bit. That should be plenty. That might even be too much. But yeah, this stuff is hard to get just a little bit. But there we go. We got just a little bit on there. And then we'll go ahead and snug this guy down. Okay, next we have the brake lever. Let's go ahead and put the brake lever on, shall we? So, we have our ASV lever. The old breakaway lever. the way this works is this slides right on in here. So before we put this lever on here, let's put, if we can get a tiny bit on there, tiny bit of anti-seize. Then you can see here, this side has threads. So this bolt is threaded. So we will put a tiny bit of anti-seize on here. And now we put it right on through here. You kind of got to work this thing while you're holding this down. There it goes. And I don't have the socket. And then this takes a 10. Just snug that down. And then it has a nut that goes on the back. And we'll just drop a little bit of blue Loctite on there. And we'll snug that down. And now you can hear it. Brakes off. Oh yeah. Haha, I was wrong before. Sorry, it's not on off. It's brakes on, brakes off, brakes on, brakes off, brakes on, brakes off. All right, and then next, and then we have we'll just put this together. But basically, we're gonna lube that up with some brake fluid also, and we'll put this baby on here, and then we have the cap. We're not sure if we're going to keep this gold one or not. It looks okay, but I think we have a new one coming. And then with our banjo bolt, once we get this Our brake line's hooked up. We'll just leave this loose. And of course we have the handlebar bracket. Boom! We have one front brake master cylinder.